Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be a message from your inner shaman. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So the first message I'm hearing for this group is there's always a need to maintain hope and faith, because I get this sense with Eternal Child, like Spirit is here saying like you will have victory. There's a message here around that part of you that for some of you it could have been believed in a specific dream, because with the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Coins, it's like restoring your faith, or your inner shaman wants you to tap into your inner child in order to have this victory, or believe that your heart's wishes and dreams can come true. There could have been an aspect of you that has started, for example, to lose hope or lose faith or question yourself. And here with this card as well, I feel like it's getting to the core. You can see the light and the flame here, and you can see light here. There's a sense of finding that light within you, finding your truth and staying true to it and how it guides and directs you. Because I am hearing for this group, there's a need to trust and follow your heart, because it is leading you in the right direction. Even if it feels as though it isn't, or right now at this present moment, you can't see how things are going to pan out. Because I feel like for some of you, I keep hearing like disillusionment, or you could have felt like somewhat discouraged by how things have transpired in the physical. I'm getting this message not only around victory, the Queen of Wands and 9 of Coins. It could be victory around like a career pursuit or a dream, but also around love. For some of you, it's like getting your inner shaman wants you to get back in touch with the vibration of love, that anything is possible, that dreams can come true. Because when you're in that frequency of unconditional love, things start to flow more readily. You're able to attract. With that Knight of Swords and Queen of Wands as well, it's like with this 5 of Swords, your inner shaman is saying this energy is what needs to be released. Because they're showing me you pulling out like a thorn. And with 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands, it could be a belief that every relationship I go into fails, or there is not a love or connection that's, fated for me, destined for me. Perhaps in this lifetime, I won't have that level of love. But with the 9 of Swords and the Queen of Wands, it's like this belief. And again, if we're talking about, for some of you, it could be love and a dream and career. But if we're talking about career or a vision, it's like, I'm worried I'll fail, or it may not be fruitful, I may not succeed. But with the 9 of Swords and Queen of Wands, once this belief shifts, once you pull out that thorn, things start to change really readily. Your inner shaman wants you to see yourself in a higher light in terms of confidence. And again, I feel what I'm hearing is you may have struggled with your confidence, and it may have been valid in the sense that you have had setbacks or disappointments in the physical that have led to the diminishment of your confidence in this moment. But they're wanting you to kind of like get back out there, or like have hope again, have faith. With the Queen of Wands, 6 of Swords, 3 of Cups, it's like moving towards definitely better connections for this group. I feel that very strongly, and the right community. It could be having the right clients as well, making the right contacts, which starts to open doors for you. With the 9 of Coins and Queen of Cups as well, I keep hearing trust your heart. Your inner shaman is saying in the past, you may have felt that you trusted your heart and it led you to a person or a connection where it didn't work out, or it led you to pursue something where you haven't seen results from, which could have you now in a space of like almost having difficulty honoring that, or questioning like, did I do the right thing? Did I misread it? And it's like your inner shaman wants you to know those were stepping stones to reach where you're at now. Sometimes, again, I keep hearing failure is a stepping stone to success. So there were things that didn't work or had to close out to enable you to enter a successful period. So you've developed the skills and the abilities to be successful now. You have star connection too. guidance from the stars, galactic self, unified field. I also am getting this strong message where your inner shaman is asking you to get to know yourself on the deepest of levels. You are this source energy. You are light. And they're wanting you to perhaps spend some time in meditation or contemplation where you're stripping away the layers of ego or conditioning, because when you anchor yourself in this vibration, you're unstoppable. You know you are limitless. You know you have that power and energy to achieve and manifest anything. So the way you perceive yourself is drastically changing, which is going to drastically change your physical world and the results that you're getting. You also have Ellen of the Ways. Attune to nature's signs and find your way. Follow your heart. That should be the title of this group's reading, is Follow Your Heart, Trust Your Heart Again. Because I feel for some of you, there could be something that comes in, like a really beautiful divine connection, or it's a blessing of sorts. And your heart may kind of grapple with it or question like, oh, but can I trust this? Or is this meant for me? Or should I go ahead with it? And Spirit saying yes. Like there's a nudge here saying, yes, this is meant for you. You can trust. Yeah, with Nine of Swords and Beyond cycles, you're closing out a cycle. Find and embrace yourself. New direction, releasing old patterns. I'm hearing as well releasing old conditioning, like stripping away the old layers of self that you've outgrown and old belief systems. But your inner shaman is wanting you to connect more deeply with yourself and who you truly are. As I say that above the Queen of Wands, we have Cosmic Heart Source. Source of all, true home, just be, heart connection. It's like coming home to yourself in the heart space. You're also going through a healing around the heart chakra. Again, I keep hearing faith is being restored. For some of you, you're meeting or have met a significant connection, and that is reinvigorating that heart space. You're going to feel as though, because I'm hearing like coming alive. So if you've had a period of time where you kind of felt either shut down or closed off, where your heart like wasn't as open or receptive, or you know, like you were holding yourself back from others or just from life, it's like you're coming back full force. You also have here Divine Blueprint, Source Self. I keep seeing the number 5 for this group, so you may be seeing 555 a lot as well as the number 7. Okay, so Source Self Embodiment, inspiration, you are ready. Yeah, you're going through you're stepping into who you truly are more fully. And because you're doing this, because you're shedding the layers they keep showing me you shedding it doesn't have to be a mask as such, but you know, old ways of being or old ways that you saw yourself perhaps. Because you're doing it, it's like you can meet the right people, they can find you. You have another card of divine union. So for some of you, that your inner shaman is letting you know that you're coming into divine union and you can trust the process. We have master number 11, 3811, soulmates, attraction, partnership. Yeah, because your inner shaman doesn't want you to experience something beautiful, but then not trust it because of the past. You have contemplation, silence, knowing, releasing control, above 9 of Pentacles. Trust your guidance. And allow your inner child to help you create, especially when it comes to career, business, and finances. I think right now meditation is really important for you for this stripping bare process. You're going through a shedding process, and I feel the more you spend time in solitude or just being with self, that's going to help. With the Queen of Cups and throat chakra and throat portal, I'm hearing speak from the heart. Don't be afraid to wear and share your heart. Speak your truth, courage, suppression. You're coming out of any space of emotional suppression as well. If you felt in the past you had to hold back your feelings, your heart, your truth, you felt people weren't going to see it or recognize it, it's like now you're able to really be seen and really express yourself freely. And I feel like there's a sense of liberation with this process as well. I'm also hearing like if someone is coming toward you, and so long as it intuitively feels right and they're sharing their heart, they're sharing their truth with you, you don't have to question or second guess that. You can trust what they're expressing to you, you know, provided again that it feels intuitively right. But your inner shaman is really asking you to open your heart space again, to really trust, to follow its guidance, to follow its knowing, and to have faith and hope restored. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So for this group, what I'm hearing very clearly is this is a very specific message. It may not resonate with all, but I'm hearing some of you in this, in previous incarnations for this group, you may have taken, I'm hearing a vow of chastity, which is odd, but also a vow, like lived a more ascetic lifestyle. They're showing me an image of almost like a nun. That I'm getting that very clearly. And there were certain vows that were made in other incarnations. You know, I think with nuns, do they not, I don't know. I don't know what the conditions are, but I'm hearing like you may have chosen or made a vow like to not have a partner, to perhaps live a very simple, you know, I'm hearing godly, humble life, but these vows could be affecting you now when it comes to, I'm hearing the sacral chakra. Some of you are also going through a healing around the sacral chakra, but it could be holding you back when it comes to enjoying life now. Certain pleasures, it could be as well abundance, enjoying a really abundant life. So your inner shaman is letting you know that you're working with clearing some of these vows, past life memories to liberate you now in the present. I feel for this group, you are very connected to source and to the divine, but spirit is saying you can do so and have a very spiritual life while still enjoying all the blessings of this dimension without becoming overly attached to it. So there's something around striking a balance between like a going without or like kind of, they're showing me someone living a very, again, I keep hearing like a, is it ascetic, where it's like a very simple, you know, like just basic needs, not, you know, not having anything too much, too extravagant. And again, you need to decide what way of living works for you. But I just feel like there's more earthly or worldly pleasures you will be enjoying. And this is across the board, as well as more finances are trying to come in for you. But there's some sort of healing with a past life and past life vows that needs to be broken and healed first. I'm hearing as well a clearing of guilt. For some of you, there could still be some lingering guilt from a former incarnation around these areas, around the sacral chakra, around pleasure, enjoyment, abundance. So I see there's a huge shift happening in terms of prosperity consciousness, because this healing is enabling more abundance to come to you and more, I just heard success when I looked at success and attention. For some of you, you may actually be, again, I keep bringing up spirituality for this group. I feel like you've had many incarnations as a nun, a shaman, a healer. It will vary for all of you, a monk. And I think in this lifetime, for some of you, you may be healers again, or you may have certain gifts. Like you have a very unique light to you, an energy field. So you may be working in a capacity where you're sharing that light with others in a way that feels right for you. But there's more attention or success, abundance that wants to come in for you through this. And I feel like that's what your inner shaman is helping you heal and clear. With 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, lingering fears. There's a lot of healing for this group on the mental level, especially around beliefs. What you believe you can have, what you believe you deserve, or what you believe is the right way to live. It's like you may be recognizing or feeling, actually, you know, I do want more, you know, more abundance or more enjoyment. I just see your life becoming more full is what I want to say, whilst you still honor your connection with the divine. Sitting above Temperance, you have inner child attunement, go within, listening, loving, parenting. For some of you as well, this ties back to the message I was saying before. Some of you may have, again, had some sort of vows or an incarnation where you chose to forego, you know, having a child or having a more worldly experience. And you may have had incarnations, they show me like almost like a nomad or a hermit, like a sage, someone that kind of travels or dedicates their life to spirituality and doesn't really form close romantic or intimate bonds. And I feel like what may be shifting for you is you're in this space now, like in this incarnation, you may be experiencing or have the potential to experience the opposite. For those of you where it resonates, you always have free will. For some of you, you may still not want this path, but I'm hearing like for those of you where that resonates, there could be a dynamic where you do end up having a loving family or having a life that looks very different to other incarnations. And I feel like there's a level of healing with this as well. With inner child, it also gives me, when I keep saying, you know, pleasure, enjoying life, that ties into the inner child as well. I see you being more joyful, more expressive, having more worldly experiences. So you have opportunities in divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. Yeah, I feel this group, you've really mastered surrender. I feel like this group, you're so trusting of spirit and the divine, which is beautiful and necessary. But it's like spirit is, it's like in the past, you may have been more on the inner realm, meditation, introspection, connecting with source. It's like now the divine is sending you outward, out into the world. And that will attract in new experiences that may be a little, I don't know if scary is the right word, but maybe out of your comfort zone. You know, maybe new territory for you, but I feel like it is going to be quite, I'm hearing cathartic. You have divine masculine above 6 of coins. Rise of true gentle power, true strength. So also I feel when we look at this maiden as well, I feel for this group, you've had a lot of incarnations working with feminine energy. You really are talented when it comes to the divine feminine healing, embodying this, but you may be building up some of that masculine energy as well. Your focus may be shifting. Your inner shaman wants you to know that your focus may be shifting more to the earthly or 3D or practical realm at this moment. And look, above the sun, you have abundance. Fullness of source, enough for all, open. See, your inner shaman wants you to change your beliefs around money and spirituality. This is, you know, abundance consciousness. This is being open to the signs and synchronicities of spirit. This is being open to what the divine wants to send your way. You also have fire of transformation above the 9 of swords. So you're transmuting fear, limitation, doubt. You have radical purification, violet flames, surrendering, resurrection. I feel like you've already been through a lot of these transformations. You've trusted spirit. I also feel like you put people through this transformation. There's something around your light and your energy field. For this group, if you're not healers, you have the potential to be a healer, especially because this group, I accidentally got an extra card for this group, but you have Lemurian Shaman. Number 7, shadow dissolving in gaze of truth, going beyond fear, initiation. So your inner shaman is also letting you know that you're releasing all fear. Fear around lack, fear around, you know, whether you'll be supported by the divine, if there's any doubts. I already feel this group, you've learned how to kind of surrender and trust the signs, but there could still in the background subconsciously be lingering fears. And I feel like you're reaching a point where you're completely surrendering or releasing those fears. You also have utopia. We have peace, serenity, paradise. Yeah, it's like I see more, again, paradise, utopia, like the fullness of abundance, the experience of the divine kind of showering blessings on you. Many of you are coming into a time where you've done the hard work, and again, growth never ends. There will always be periods of development, self-development and growth and evolution. But I feel for many of you like things, and look, 7, 7, 7, 7. Again, this group is so divine. Your energy is really advanced. But it's like you deserve to receive. Don't feel as though some of you, they're showing me like a gate where there's this like avalanche of blessings and abundance that's coming toward you. And it is your karma because you've done this work and because of the vibration you embody. And some of you, it may overwhelm you, or you may not feel like you're not deserving, but you may question like, oh, is this my path? Like some of you may be more comfortable in the shadows, doing the inner work on your own, kind of being, like I was saying about that wandering sage who kind of is unassuming. Like some of you may be thrust into the spotlight or thrust into a position where there's a lot more eyes on you, a lot more energy coming toward you. But I feel for this group, you're such humble souls, and you may have lived incarnations that were far more simple. Simple in the sense they were dedicated to source and spirit. Okay. We have exploration above 7 of Wands. I'm hearing be open, let go of any barriers or fears or defenses. We have boldness, unknown, limitless. Yeah, you're coming into this time where you're just, with that 7 of Wands, it's like releasing any conditions of the mind, releasing old ideas of who you are, what you can have, how things will transpire to allow in what's meant for you. And you have higher perspective, the cosmos, awakening, unity. I feel for this group, you have the capacity to live from unity consciousness. But that sometimes means embodying and experiencing all facets of life, lack and abundance, solitude and community. Some of you have done the lack and the solitude, and you're coming into a time of great abundance and connection. And your inner shaman wants you, yes, feel grateful for it, but know that you truly deserve it. And it's almost like not becoming overwhelmed at everything that may be coming toward you, including perhaps a real increase in terms of the attention that you're receiving or the worldly blessings. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So for this group, the message is really clear. I feel for this group, you've had many incarnations, perhaps even including this one, where you had to really fight. You had to be in that warrior energy of making things happen. They're making me feel like more, very like this group, you're a powerhouse. You've got strength, Emperor, and the Hierophant. Like you're a natural born leader. You have such strength and power, but it's like you're dropping back into the heart space with this rose quartz. So your inner shaman is letting you know that you're going to use the strength and the fortitude that you've developed in many incarnations in service of the heart. So for some of you, you could become leaders, or you could help people in the realm of healing, creativity. I'm just getting that sense of leading from the heart. For some of you with the warrior, I feel like you've literally gone to battle. That's the energy I'm getting. And for some of you, this life could have felt like a little bit of a battle with the 9 of Wands. Like for some of you, you could have come from rough childhoods, neighborhoods. You've had to really struggle for things, fight for things. But that energy is coming to an end because it was there to put you into your strength, into your power. You also have a lot of divine masculine energy regardless of gender, which is going to come in very handy when it comes to having the fortitude to kind of bring things to life. There's a strong energy here of nothing you have experienced is going to go to waste. And what your inner shaman is saying from this, some of you, again, like we see a shaman here, some of you may have had an incarnation as a shaman as well. But I'm getting the sense that everything that you've gone through in past lifetimes and this lifetime was designed to give you the strength, the leadership, the fortitude, the ability to stand strong even when everything's crumbling. Because for this group, you may play a pivotal role in the world or the collective when it comes to certain changes and ascension and transitions that we go through. And again, I'm feeling for many, I'm getting leader strongly, but they're not showing me just one niche. So for some of you, it could be like teachers, thought leaders, motivational speakers or coaches, or, you know, like it could really vary. Some of you could be shamans. It could be indifferent. Some of you could be leaders in the realm of nutrition and health and well-being. Like it's going to vary for all of you, but I see you're there to change the system, the status quo. Some of you could work in a corporation, but you help to change the values or the ethics of that business. It's like they're showing me, I'm getting indigo vibes. So some of you may resonate with being an indigo child as well, because it's almost like spirit places you somewhere to shake things up, to tear down old structures and help the new to build, give it a new foundation. And again, if you had not developed the strength that you possess from these other incarnations, I don't think you would have this capacity. I keep seeing 888 for this group. I feel in this lifetime, you have the capacity to be very abundant. But again, I keep hearing leader, especially like in a particular business, in a field. You have the capacity to make it to the top because of your endurance. But again, you're doing it in a way that's heart-centered because you're passionate about it, because you're committed to a cause. Some of you could be environmental activists, or You know, you could be activists around gender equality. There's that energy of bringing in a new world. But for this group, you're the warriors. It's like you're the warriors of the heart that bring it in a way that is heart-centered, but you're powerful. Like when you enter a room, people listen. Like there's something around your energy that I think it's because of these incarnations. It's very potent, but your inner shaman is letting you know the dead end. The way in the past, you may have been in an energy of force, like really in the divine masculine, regardless of gender, of force or struggle or, okay, like, you know, I'm thinking like the Nike, just do it, like that really like harsh go-getter energy, which is valuable for different points on the journey. But that approach isn't going to work anymore. It's like softening that approach. You got to balance the strength and that drive with the heart space. Perhaps some of you as well, it's like you're there to shake things up, but you're going to be doing it in a more gentle way. It's like you're still triggering the tower. Things still may shift and change around you. You still may make people a little afraid or uncomfortable because of the power of your energy. But the way you communicate perhaps is more gentle, or the way you're expressing things is more heart-centered. So people are like, at the end of the day, you can't control other people's reactions. They'll take it as they will. But perhaps, you know, it's less inclined to get their back up against the wall. They're more open and receptive to listening and hearing you out. And, you know, like it's, what's that saying about you attract more honeys or attracting things with honey rather than might, or I don't even know what the saying is, but something along those lines. You're softening, you're not changing this powerhouse that you are. Like there's still that strength and that fire that you need. But yeah, it's like a gentle, I just keep hearing a gentle touch. And with the 7 of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune, again, you can create, I feel for this group, you could literally create anything. But you do it, it's important that it has the effect of healing. Look, gentleness of love, realignment, transformation. This group, you are softening. You're coming more into the heart space and the divine feminine, and you're learning how to create this in the energy of love and peace, which seems counterintuitive because this energy doesn't normally present this way, but this is the outcome. But again, you're doing it in a way that's perhaps more nurturing as well. I'm also hearing for you, it's being more gentle with yourself, especially if you've had a life for this group, you've had many lifetimes of fighting, of struggle, of battle, of, you know, very harsh is what I'm hearing. And it's like now things are softening. It's time to soften with yourself. There may be a little bit of healing for you to be able to trust gentleness, or to trust like when things slow down and are more peaceful. For some of you, you may kind of look around like, you know, when's the shoe going to drop, or, you know, what's going on? Like, is this natural? Because you're used to an energy that's a bit more tumultuous. So your inner shaman is wanting you to kind of allow yourself like restoration, peace, gentleness. So we have gentleness of love, realignment, transformation, and then you have a rise over strength. The song that's playing in my mind, it's a poem by, it's Rise by Maya Angelou, but it's sung by Ben Harper, called Rise or I Rise or something, but it's a beautiful song, and that's what it's reminding me of. Know and flow as the love you are, bliss. Yeah, it's like you can overcome anything, and you've already proven that. And it could have been as well in this lifetime, but it's a softening of your path and a softening of your heart space. I just keep hearing you don't have to fight anymore. Dove of peace, stay in the heart, all is well, be at peace, perfect. And portals. Doorways into now, letting go of the warrior. I choose these face down, so I don't see these oracle cards when I'm picking them, but letting go of the warrior. Yeah, this old way of being, you're still going to have the strength and that power that you've developed, but it's like you're not going to be in that warrior fighting energy anymore. Like it is a dead end. It's not working for you anymore. And with that snake, it's like you're transforming that energy through the heart space. You know, when we think of warrior energy, there can be an element as well of anger. And I'm hearing anger and force. And it's like that energy, it's like a level of alchemy. So you can transmute it with dolphins. Again, softer touch. I see you being more in the vibrations of love, joy, play. I still think your energy is, you know, you're always going to be a powerhouse. You're always going to have a big impact wherever you go. But it's like you don't have to it's like your energy speaks for itself is what I'm hearing. And you can be gentle while making an impact through this world is what I'm hearing. We have play. It's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. Yeah, again, softening. There's a sense of letting go. For this group, you're really learning to balance. As I said, you really develop the masculine energy, but you're learning to balance it with the divine feminine. I keep seeing that number 8 for you. So we have Gaian awakening, preparing, relocation, ascension. Yeah, like I feel for this group, you play a big role in the awakening, in the new earth, in changing conditions, structures. People may look to you for guidance as a leader because of this strength, because of this power. And the reality is when we have this warrior energy, often we have a lot of passion and courage. And that passion and courage, that's what Spirit is saying, is like, you are changing, you are letting go of the warrior, but it's transmuting. You're taking all the best aspects of it and integrating it into something. You have sacral portal. I'm also seeing the number 7 for you, 777. So again, I feel like the divine is guiding you. We have creativity, intimacy, inhibition. So again, there's a healing around the heart chakra and the sacral chakra, and your inner shaman is wanting you to really work on those 2 chakras and energy centers, but come into that vibration where there's more flow, there's receptivity, there's more of like a feminine, like a divine feminine approach to life. And you have crown portal, divinity, unity, separation. I'm hearing coming out of separation. For those of you where you felt like you had to be the warrior, the lone wolf, it's like learning to ask for help or learning to share emotion, be more vulnerable. For some of you, that could have been something very difficult, especially if you resonate with having a life where you really had to push ahead. You couldn't rely on others. You had to just rely on self. That energy is shifting and changing for you as well. There's a level of alchemy now where you can drop. You can drop any barriers, you can drop defense and just kind of surrender and let go. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So I feel as though your inner shaman is saying there's a brand new chapter for you with this Fool. You're emerging, I don't know why, but when I look at this card, I see a labyrinth. It's like you've kind of got to the core of yourself. You've learned certain lessons. You've understood certain things about your nature and your temperament, and you're seeing clearly. You can see this eye here. It's like, for others of you, I'm hearing as well, your third eye is wide open. Your greatest gift for some of you, the Queen and the High Priestess, is your connection with the divine, with Source. Especially some of you are psychic and intuitive. And I'm hearing third eye chakra and crown chakra. So there's another message here that your third eye and crown is wide open, but it's like you've come to see very clearly who you are, perhaps what you can contribute, what you're here to learn. You may have had periods where you had to slow down in the physical so that you could go within, so that you could do this healing work. But it's like there's something you're bringing out into the world that's going to be so beautiful and so abundant. With Knight of Coins, Six of Wands, and it could have been a long time coming, especially financially. Like it could be something that you have this pentacle, you have this seed, but you kind of sat on it, or there were delays in the physical, so it wasn't able to fully flourish, or you weren't able to fully take action on it until a later stage or date. And it's like now when you bring it out into the world, it's like it creates such beauty. And what I'm hearing is this one pentacle creates, like the 7 of Cups, it opens all these doors. So it makes me feel like this could be like a central idea or a book or a business. And then from that, all these new streams of income start to open up for you, or you get all these new intuitive downloads and ideas of what you can do in the physical. Yeah, it's like I just heard it's like a butterfly spreading its wings. It's like you're ready. It's like that flower is blooming or blossoming. You've done a level of inner work and your inner shaman is congratulating you for that. And it's like all these new portals and doorways are opening for you. You can probably sense this intuitively, and Spirit is saying like use your intuition when you're choosing like what to focus on or what direction to move in, because your intuition is going to be guiding you in terms of, okay, move in this direction or try this or do this. And, trust your instincts as you go through that process. But I just get the sense of like knowing and feeling like, wow, like I just keep hearing the world is my oyster as well. Yeah, with the High Priestess, some of you may be writers or creatives of some sort. Some of you may be literal psychics or work in this High Priestess energy healers, channels, getting that energy as well. But it doesn't have to be. This could just be some sort of business or venture. I am getting a bit more of a creative element though. And we have here awakening. Yeah. Know who you are, DNA activation. Like I feel like, again, you've gone through the labyrinth. You've understood all facets of self. You've got very in touch with the divine feminine, especially the divine feminine in the sense of creativity, how to work with the divine feminine, channel energies, because I feel for this group, you can work with the divine to get these pentacles, these business ideas. So it makes me feel like the divine gives you a business idea or a creative project. It's like you're the channel, you're the vessel. And look at the expansion happening around the crown. You may want to do some grounding exercises as well, or work on the root chakra just to balance out how much energy is happening, in the higher chakras. Yeah, you have expression. Again, I keep getting creativity for this group. Authentic expression, words of powerful truth. Some of you are here to be powerful communicators, psychics, channels, writers, speakers. There's something around your expression that's very important that helps the collective. And because you do it in such an authentic way, because I just saw 444 on the timer as well. But it's like, because you know yourself and every facet of being, the way you're able to communicate or share information or knowledge, it's kind of like raw is what I'm hearing. It stirs people's souls or their authenticity within them. It's like it makes them want to speak up, or it makes them want to share their truth or live their dreams. Like it's like you bring out that side of them, which is really beautiful. And I said something about a butterfly emerging. Look, emergence with the butterfly. But there's something, again, from this little pentacle, something beautiful is going to grow and emerge in the world. I love this new oracle deck. I think it's the Lemurian Star Child Oracle, but it's just so beautiful, this deck. We have celebrate, sensuality, joy, right to enjoy, truly living. You're going to really be celebrated, and you're going to celebrate, I feel, some of the successes that are coming in for you. I'm also hearing many of you are starseeds and you're Pleiadians. Again, I only take that if it resonates, but I feel that very strong. And when I think of Pleiadian energy, it often ties in for me around divine feminine energy, but also creativity, expression. So we have sacred bond, healing clears space for higher energies. Because you've worked with yourself so well and cleared out past energies, past vibrations, lower frequencies, you're able now to channel directly from source. You're able to channel. Again, it will vary for all of you. Some of you may literally work as a channel. You may have a channel where you're a psychic and intuitive. You're sharing wisdom. Some of you channel books, art, healing energy for others, wisdom. You also have fire and water above 9 of Cups. Stillness amidst turmoil, feel, emotional integration. Yeah, your inner shaman is saying you've already done the emotional work. And again, we still, sometimes we have to go through different phases where we are still processing, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's done now, you'll never have to do it again, but there's a sense that you're ready, because look at this volcano behind you. You also, you have a strong connection to sea creatures, especially dolphins, but the volcano here, it's like something's ready to emerge, explode out into the world. And I feel for many of you, it has to do with your creativity or like a business. Something that you feel very attached to as well, emotionally. Yeah, you have forgiveness above 2 of Wands. So for some of you, there were difficult things from your past that you really had to let go of and heal emotionally. I just heard emotional baggage. Like your inner shaman is saying there were certain emotions that number one would have blocked this channel, or would have thrown off your vibration, so that when you're trying to create, abundance, a business, a project in the physical, it would have slowed down that development or that evolution. But because you've done that inner work, I feel like now it's able to come into the world, into expression unhindered. We have oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. Yeah, so I feel like you're in a phase, your inner shaman is saying you're in a phase where you've already mastered the divine feminine. And I do feel for this group, regardless of gender, you may be a little more comfortable in divine feminine energy, but you're in a phase where you're more in the divine masculine in the sense of taking heart-centered, inspired action. So you could be in a phase where, you know, you're creating things, you're putting things out there, you know, you're expressing yourself. And this may be coming as a bit of a, it's like normally your natural element could be water. Some of you could literally be water signs, especially we have Pisces very strong. But it's like you're going to be operating, you could have a blend as well of fire and water, but you're going to be operating more in the fire element in this next chapter and cycle. Because, and it's like, I keep getting the sense of newness and new horizons, new energies, because again, you've cleared the past. We have innocence, play, discovery, and it's sitting above the high priestess. Don't be afraid to experiment when it comes to your ideas, when it comes to your spiritual gifts, your connection with spirit, because the divine is going to be giving you a lot of downloads. And I feel like your inner shaman has worked with you to get you to this place. And now it's like you're entering a time here, like celebration, joy, play. When I think of the energy of dolphins, I think of fun, laughter, play, you know, very positive energies and vibes, because I feel like you may have already worked through the labyrinth, the darkness, the shadow. And again, I'm not saying this won't arise in the future, but it's like you've reached a precipice where you're more in this vibration of creation, expansion, new horizons. And it's like your inner shaman wants you to enjoy the blessings and success coming your way. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.